No, yeah, I'm standing for it just to make sure. If it clears me here, that way when I take a step back, it's got the shield in front of it. Like Well, this isn't the first wedding I've done, but this is certainly the shortest wedding I've ever heard of yet been honored to be a part of. As I do more of these ceremonies, I do find it's important. It's kind of started as a joke for me doing these weddings for a couple friends, but then I realized, it's a very instrumental part of this day is, conducting the ceremony and really bringing meaning to why we're all here today. It's truly love that brought these two guys together. I had the pleasure of meeting both Sid and Lynn individually, and then I think it was even before everybody really knew, I heard that these guys were together. I was like, interesting. And then I said, well, Sid, just here for work, watch your heart. And then I heard Sid staying. I said, interesting. Then I get a phone call last Thursday, or was it maybe Wednesday? It's very interesting, awesome for them. Everyone can get along great when the love is new and everything's going roses. What tests the real with a true couple is how do you deal with it when you get a curveball. And unfortunately, these two have gotten dealt quite the curveball. And to make a baseball analogy, they hit it out of the park so far. So I can't think of any better reason for these two to stand before us today, with expressing their vows to marry each other and stay with each other for the rest of their lives. So, that being said, dear family, friends, loved ones, we are gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, the joining of two hearts. Today we will witness the birth of a new union in life while we join the hearts and lives of Lynn Hirsch and Sid Hudson in marriage. If there's anyone present here that has stuff just caused by this couple should not be married, you can leave now. Today we have come together to witness the joining of these two lives. For them, out of the ordinary routine of life, the extraordinary has happened. They met each other, fell in love, and are finalizing it here today with their wedding. Romance is fun, but true love is something more, and it is their desire to love each other for life, and that is what we are celebrating here today. A good marriage is much more than a simple wedding. Like a home, it must be created on a solid foundation, continually upkept, maintained, and most importantly, filled with love and joy. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, and act in a way that proves that they're not just words. It's standing together, not only facing the world, but giving it a swift kick in the butt when it deserves it. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways each and every day. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each other can grow. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right person, it is being the right partner. With that being said, when I look at these two, I see that they will be successful in both their lives and, more importantly, together as one. We all stand here today seeing two strong people. What we will see when they walk away is one unit stronger than the individuals that comprise it. Marriage is not a vow to be taken lightly, and as we stand here witnessing the marriage of Sid and Lynn, I ask you all to reflect for a moment the enormous gift we have received by being here together with them. I ask you all of you to take that love in your heart and focus it towards Lynn and Sid as we send them on in life as a married couple that will always remember to laugh when you can, apologize when you should, let go of what you can't change, kiss slowly, forgive quickly, play hard, take chances, give everything, and have no regrets. Most importantly, always remember to take time to go fishing together. It was a couple years ago I performed my first wedding ceremony for very good friends of mine. It was, as I said before, started as kind of a lighthearted joke, and then I realized what an important part I really did have to play. It's more, a wedding is more than just standing before a group of people reciting vows, saying I do. It's my opinion that it is my job, to help show the love that these two people have for each other and will commit to each other for the rest of their lives. It also gives those of us that have already made these commitments or are considering these commitments to reflect on our own choices and to remember to honor the love we have for each other and respect the commitments and decisions we have made with our lives daily. In the short time we were given, we managed to put this together. We're here today, but one of the things that I also tried to do is I tried to send a little questionnaire to the bride and groom, have them answer it, give their answers back to me, and I kind of try to work it into this ceremony. Bear with me because, like I said, this is, again, short notice, so I did the best I could, as well as they did. No matter how long we know our friends, our family, there's still some surprises to be found in any relationship. I dare say I'm going to share a few of them with you today. I asked them basics, like where did you meet? I think most of the people here know the answer to that question, the D-line. I did find it interesting, though, that they both recalled and included to me the fact that it was Lynn who bought Sid an introductory cocktail. And of course, there was a little Johnny Cash karaoke mixed in with there. That didn't hurt things either. I asked them to describe their relationship, identify the qualities they admire in each other and their relationship as a whole, what attracted them to one another, etc., things of that nature. It was awesome to see that their answers were eerily similar. You guys didn't, this wasn't a graded test, did you? You guys didn't cheat off each other? Okay, all right. Well, the good thing is both of their answers, there were lots of words, and very important words I find, like laughter, respect, trust, loyalty, compromise, all important words and more important actions for any relationship, but even more so when you choose to spend a life with somebody else. I love that Lynn could be so simple in love. For example, when I asked her about her greatest strength as a couple, very simply she said, fishing. But at the same time, she could be very deep and genuine, as when I asked her about what the commitment of marriage meant to her. And I quote on this: "The commitment of marriage means growing old with the man I love while living each day showing affection, trust, honesty, compromise, and respect for each other. It means working through the hard stuff that you aren't going anywhere. It means you will always be there, taking care of each other, facing whatever happens in life together." I can think of no more solid foundation to build a marriage on than that. I think Sid can sometimes come off as the character at the party, but when I ask the same questions, I almost had to stop because it was getting a little bit mushy. But then I caught myself, and I said, hey, good for them. This is what we should all strive for each and every day for all of our relationships. Sid's answer showed me that he indeed loves Lynn on a very deep level and is there for her through thick and thin, and also realizes he needs her. As I quote, very simply, as Sid put, "She is the angel in my corner." When speaking about the relationship, and again this is a direct quote, "It is about the bond that can never be broken. It is about doing what is necessary to never leave each other wanting or insecure about what the future will hold." This is admirable on so many levels and is exactly what a relationship built to last will need. I kind of wrapped everything up by asking what they have that will ensure that they can kick the world in the ass. The obvious love that they have for each other will do it. The demonstrated perseverance and determination, that'll do it. Reminding themselves every day of the feelings, love, and values that brought them here today, that'll do it. Staying positive, always having each other's backs, dancing in the rain, basking in the sunlight, that'll do it. I think everyone here sees today that these two have what it takes to kick the world in the ass if it chooses to challenge him. But I was especially fond of Sid's answer to the question his answer was humbly requesting that the ass simply stay the hell out of their way. So now we know what brought them together and why they feel they can and will remain true and loyal to each other forevermore. Let us get to the meat of today's ceremony. By entering the institution of marriage, Lynn and Sid have made a lifelong promise to each other. To enter and commit into an everlasting marriage, a bride and groom must commit to each other. This is much more than just words, but as witnesses here today, it is important that this loving couple make their vows to each other in front of all present. So now at this time, I ask Lynn and Sid to face each other and take each other's hands. Lynn and Sid, myself and all present today would ask that you always treat yourselves and each other with respect and remind yourselves often of what brought you here today. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your marriage deserves. When frustration and difficulty assail your marriage, as they do to every relationship at some point or another, focus on what still seems right between you, not only the part that seems wrong. That way, when the clouds of trouble hide the sun in your lives, and you lose sight of it for even a moment, you can remember that the sun is indeed still there. And if each of you will take responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and happiness. As I know you guys want to get down and have a drink at this point, I'm going to ask now that you guys actually be a little bit serious about this. Sid, Lynn stands before us today asking you to be her husband. You're expected to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others and holding on to her forevermore. So Sid, what I have to ask you now is, do you promise to live up to these expectations, to forever hold Lynn's heart, feelings, and emotions as sacred, and to honor the vows you make today for the rest of your lives?
I do.
Lynn, Sid stands before us today asking you to be his wife. You are expected to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others, and holding on to him forevermore. So Lynn, I ask you the same thing. Do you promise to live up to these expectations, to forever hold Sid's heart, his feelings, and emotions as sacred, and to honor the vows you will make today for the rest of your life? Yeah. I'm going to ask the best man to give us the rings here. You can just... The ring is a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end, no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings remind you always of why you are here today and the vows you have taken. Sid, you will repeat after me. I, Sid, take thee, Lynn, to be my wife.
Take thee, Lynn, to be my wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
For richer or for poorer.
For richer or for poorer.
Full stringer or empty.
Stringer or empty.
In joy and in sorrow.
Joy and in sorrow.
And I promise to love you.
And I promise to love you.
And with this ring.
And with this ring.
I take you as my wife.
I take you as my wife.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live. Would you eat?
Yeah. Lynn, if you would repeat after me. I, Lynn, take thee, Sid, to be my husband. To have and to hold. In sickness and in health. For richer or for poorer. Full stringer or empty. In joy and in sorrow. And I promise my love to you. With this ring, I take you as my husband. For as long as we both shall live. To make your relationship work will take love. This is the core of your marriage and why you are here today. It will take trust to know that in your hearts you truly want what is right and best for each other. It will take dedication to stay open to one another and to learn and grow together. It will take faith to go forward together without knowing exactly what the future brings. And it will take commitment to hold true to the journey you both have pledged to today. By the power vested in me by the state of New York, and as all of your friends and family as witnesses, it is with great pleasure that I now pronounce you man and wife. I believe it is time for your first kiss as husband and wife. Sid, you may now kiss your bride. And for the first time, it is my great pleasure and truly an honor to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Sid Hudson.
Congratulations.